Hello everyone, my name is Larry, aka Dad. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Fixer Up Farmer episode 3. I hope you're all well, I hope you're having a great week so far, whatever you've been up to, and I do hope you are enjoying the series so far, albeit early on. Now, you join me here, down on our plot of land that we bought, plot of land 12 on new Endeavour4x. We have been a little busy, so we're episode 3. Episode 2 was September 1. You might notice we're on October 1. I'll come on to that in a little sec. Episode 2, we were doing a hefty amount of login, which I said on the episode we weren't going to be doing a lot of episodes like that because I'm not particularly good at it. It's not particularly enjoyable to watch me fumbling around with it. So we are October 1. Now, the reason for that is I slept through, well, I did some more logging, as you can see here. We've got a pile of trees here that I've taken down and moved, and they are ready to be placed or sort of stripped and chucked into the thing. We've cut a lot of the brush back with our mower, that's why that's there. And the big news of the day is we've got our temporary housing in, which we tried to make some space for on the last episode, but it didn't really work out. But this is our temporary home. It is a container home. It is a mod on the mod hub. I forget off the top of my head who it's by, so do apologize for that. I will just check actually. Right, so we've got our home down, and I've just checked on the mod hub, and this is a container farmhouse by Squig Eyes. It's on the mod hub. Like I said, it cost me £5 to put this down. It's not done too badly. It's not like made such a mess of the floor. This is going to be our temporary home for a while. Obviously, we've got a hefty amount of trees to still clear out of here until we're ready to place down our kind of final constructible home from the build menu. But this is going to do us for now. It's very nice. I quite like it. It fits in rustically with the sort of trees and things. It's got a wardrobe trigger there if I wanted to change, and it's got a little sleep trigger just on the inside there with the armchair. So it's very basic, but it does the job. That's going to do us. As you can see, I have made a reasonable start on clearing out the trees. I've probably got about 10 or so trees there to process through. And then if we take a little sprint over to our sawmill over here. This is currently sitting on 74,000 litres of wood. I am wondering about, I don't know, normally on FS25 I play with the production revamp mod, which will tell you whether it can do side by side or only one at a time. So, because obviously we're going to have so much wood, obviously we're making a decent amount of money. We're probably making about 40 grand a day at the moment. I don't know, because we're going to have so much wood. We're like 30% full at the moment, and we've got 10 trees to go in, and probably I would guess that maybe like another 1,000 trees to cut down potentially. So if we can do it, it might be worth activating wood planks and wood planks long. I know they sell for less, but it will process through the wood quicker. We'll get a bit more money, and we'll go from there. One thing I keep getting, which is really frustrating, and I've checked this out, is this sort of rain stuff happening, which actually I found out is hail. So I don't like it. I don't care for it. Apparently it was meant to be fixed, but it doesn't. So we'll use dev tools to get rid of the hail, because I find it very irritating. Cool. So I hear you asking, why are we on October 1? Now, the reason we're on October 1 is I really want to get all of this grass cut. And obviously we were having a problem with the grass and we couldn't cut it in September. It has grown a little bit, and I'm hoping we can cut it now in October 1. And I didn't want to, obviously we've got the plough, but I didn't want to plough this grass in before we'd got to cut off it, because that is going to be some money for us. I don't want to start like ploughing in some fields and stuff. So, but I'm hoping that's what we could do on today's episode. Now, one other thing which I need to cover off with you is I have to do a quick travel on the Maparoni. If we jump down to the shop, we've made 2 purchases since the last, so I was checking the sales. Where's the shop point? Down here. Okay. To south. So that is the warehouse, not the shop. But that is cool because that is, I think that's where we need to buy bits from to get the to do the house, the constructible. We bought a cedar, this Unia cedar. I'm going to pop it up on the screen now, showing me buying it from the used section. It's a Unia Phoenix 3000/3, 3 meter width. It was seed only, so no fertilizer. And I also bought this John Deere baler. Now, whilst we've got the pickup wagon, and that is the plan, is to pick up later on. We're gonna have like straw and stuff like that, which we'll want to pick up in bale format. So that's why I bought it now, because it was there. Obviously this is the plow we bought the last episode out, and then we've got a cultivator down there. And I took the silage additive back on the back of the pickup. So that's that. Before we get going, I will have a little look in the used market. You can pull wood out of the forest with a winch. That might be interesting. So I assume we just stick that on the back of a tractor, and we use that to pull the wood out. That might be worth it. I'll get that. 8,786. We will buy that. What else we got here? Auger wagon, a auger, thingy thing, windrower. That's the one. A massive cultivator, harvester, forage harvester, tiny tractor, a lime and fertilizer spreader. That's going to be definitely worth buy. So we're going to get that. When we get one, arrows are going to cost us 1,000. In any case, that's fine. Capacity standard, 10,000 litre, 42 meter spread. Probably want to get that, and then we will actually think we're just going to get it in all green. It's fine, and we'll probably get that in Dark Moon. Get the cover in orange, because we're not. So that's going to be 9,943. We'll buy that. Cool. And we get back into the sales just to double check before we get going. I've got a tiny little tractor. Might be tempted by that down the line. Let's go to Kodiak. Another spreader. Fiat Agri 160-90. Ooh, that is going to put us on. That's going to push us. I would like that because I've used this mod before. I don't know if it's the exact same mod, but I've used this mod before, or this tractor at least, on FS25, and it's quite a nice little tractor, gotta say. But we're currently out of whack for it. And I'm also just seeing this Penta 9-row planter, which is probably going to be worth it as well. Yes. Get that now as well, because we might want to do some corn and stuff. If we've got enough, we're going to come back for this Fiat. But yeah, that's going to do us for now. What we need to get going on now is getting our beautiful Heston mower. And we'll get rolling out. Now, the real problem here is going to be... Oh, we're stuck on a tree. It's kind of mapping out. So all we're going to do is we're going to do one huge... We're going to mow this whole entire area. And then once we've mowed it, then we'll pick it all up. I think it's going to be an absolute metric ton of grass. What we're trying to do is we want to work out where our So we're well off. Kind of want to work out where our... so that's pretty well on the edge of where we are. See, the problem we've got is because the way the GPS works, you can't use the GPS until we've got like an actual designated field, which obviously we don't. So we want to mowing. I think we're okay. We are running on a line using the vehicle control add-on alpha from GitHub. So, let's try and work this out a sec. There we go. We're all set up now. So yeah, I'm not that familiar with vehicle control add-on. The only reason I'm using it is because I'm a big fan of the Wopster GPS mod, because you can use it anywhere, and I found out that the the farm sim one, or the FS25 built-in GPS, doesn't have the same functionality as that, where, as you can see, we want to be able to go on a line, but we haven't got a field at the moment, so that's why I'm using that for now. Like I said, I don't use it, I don't know it very well, but it certainly has got a use. I know people that swear by it, so we'll use it for now, and then obviously once we've got our own fields laid in, we won't need to use it because we'll use the built-in GPS. Yeah, this is, so what we're gonna, the plan, the big plan, if you like, is we're gonna mow as much as of this as we can, and then we will start mapping out where our fields are gonna go then. There we are. So that's the end of our land. What I want to do is I'm going to get lined up here, because I want to just do a little trip back this way just to make sure that we get, it's absolutely fine. It's doing exactly what I thought it would do, which is A-OK, fine and dandy. What I'm going to do as well, which will help me, I reckon, is I'm going to set my guidance. Okay, cool. Save controls. There we go. I've just set it so that my activate lane guidance button is the same as the one that I use on FS22, because I think that will be easier for me to remember, because I'm a bit thick like that. So that's cool. So yeah, we're going to just mow this whole entire area. I don't know how much grass we're going to get off it. Maybe 100,000, 150,000 litres perhaps of grass, and then we'll chuck it in the fermenter. Get that fermenting down to silage, and then we'll obviously sell that, which will give us a little bit of money. And then probably what I'm thinking is we're going to split this up into probably I want to say about 3 fields. One other thing I did as well with the where I was placing out in the forest, you saw me do it on the last episode, where I'd sort of marked the trees as my kind of guideline, and I put down the little bits of wall. I did move those because I wanted it to be in line with the cardinal degrees. So that's why they're a little bit different to when you were here the last time. Lovely job. So yeah, we're just going to have a lovely day mowing some grass. Being a 4x map, the plots of land are huge. Obviously, we do have half of our land which is laid to, I don't know if laid to is right, but is set down as forest. So yeah, we're not mowing an entire bit of land, but if you have a look on the map, our bit of land is here. This is our land here. This brown area is where the trees are. Look at our land. We've still got, I'd say, just under half, probably about 40% of it that we'll be mowing. So, it's, still a fair old size of land. We will probably keep vehicle control add-on in for a little bit, obviously just because it's going to benefit us when it comes to working areas of land that aren't fields. It's going to help us with laying out our fields. Obviously my preference would be Wopsters, but once we've got the fields it doesn't matter because we're able to use the in-game GPS, which from what I've seen looks like it does a sort of decent-ish enough job. So yeah, we're just going to keep mowing all this until it tells us that we can't mow anymore. Oh. That's the benefit of this mower. The other option was a very much smaller mower, which would have took us a long time. Doing it with this mower, it's got a massive header. It's still going to take us a long time. It's a 9-meter header, and we're on a colossal piece of land. But it's not as much as if we were on like a 3-meter width mower, like an outside, up to the side mower, which was our other option at the time. But yeah, I do hope you, I do appreciate you guys watching. I do hope you are enjoying the series. I know we're early doors. It's been a bit of a journey to get here. This is the third time that I've sort of started recording this series. I was playing on a different map, which I was having some kind of issues with, which were annoying me, and in the end I kind of just got a bit frustrated and was like, right, enough is enough. Found this map. So far it seems okay. My biggest bugbear at the moment is the issue with the hail storms that we saw at the beginning. I've got disaster turned off, so I'm not sure why it keeps hailing, because apparently that should also turn the hail off. But we are where we are. We can combat the hail with dev tools, which is fine. It's not ideal. I'd like it to be gone altogether, but that's my kind of biggest bugbear at the moment. But otherwise, so far so good. Game seems okay. My impressions so far are that it needs a heck of a lot of graphics tuning before you actually get a good experience. I feel like I'm probably 85, 90% of the way there in terms of graphic settings, to the point I'm probably happy as is. I don't feel like you should have to tinker that much with the graphic settings with a game. You know, I played other games that, like Roadcraft, for example. I don't know if they would class as a AAA game, but it was a massive launch and very high graphic quality game, and I didn't have to mess with the graphics really at all. Once I'd set my preferences, it was kind of done. So, you know, there are still, I think, improvements to be made. They are working on it, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, this is very much a foray into FS25. Not necessarily I'm here in FS25 all the time, because I'm still playing FS22 regularly. Still really enjoying Terralife Plus. Can't see myself stopping playing that anytime soon. I'm a bit actually kicking myself that I allowed Giants to, well, what's the word? The issues with the FS25 launch to impact my FS22 gameplay so much, because it was at the same time that Terralife came out as when I stopped playing a lot, more or less. So it doesn't matter. We're past it now. But yeah, we'll get this series done, because like I said, it's been in the idea bank for a while. And then what happens after that really depends on how long it takes to get this series done. Like I said, it's 10 in-game years, so if we did an episode for every single day, then it'd end up being 100, probably like 120 episodes or something. Would it? Maybe even 240 episodes, actually. Yeah, I think if it's 2 day months. So yeah, if we ended up doing an episode a day for every day of the year, there's 24 days in the year, and then times that by 10, so 240 episodes. Obviously, it's not going to be that, because we're going to be cutting off winter and stuff like that. So we'll see how long it takes me to get it done. We'll see how I feel about the game once it's done, and then I'll make a decision there about whether FS is to stay or FS25 is to stay on the channel or not. There are some, because obviously, you know, just mindful of life things, so there are some things which, you know, I won't go into too much detail here, but there are some things that I think are just around the corner in my personal life, which will be quite big changes, and that has the real potential, depending on how it goes, that has the real potential to really mess things up here on the channel, to the point where we'll have to have a real think about if it does happen. I'm a pretty worst case scenario kind of guy, so it may be that I'm overthinking it, but we'll see. And then yeah, just keep ticking away with the Terralife. That's been really going good. Getting into a real swing of things with that now. We've got some animals on there, we've got some greenhouses, which is ticking away, making us some money. It's quite a lot of money, actually. All that kind of stuff, so it's going good, and we're getting to grips with the cover crops and all that kind of stuff, so it's all good. Cool. So yeah, what I'll do is, at this point, I don't think we've got much left, but I will take the I'll stop talking and we'll just crack on. Put a little bit of music on, we'll finish this bit off, and then I'll come back as we're getting ready to start picking it up.
Let's go. I got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen, looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast, right past anybody taking life for granted. Yeah, that's too bad. I'd be grateful for everything that I have. You only got this life, you don't get it back. Make the most of it, become the best that I can. Everybody look at me, I got a plan. You gotta work hard, play hard, do it from the start. Cause how you do anything is everything you start. Stay consistent and do it every day. Don't let fatigue get in your way. Cause 10% of something is better than nothing. You better do something if you wanna be something. I can feel my stomach rumbling, I'm hungry. Big things coming, I ain't bluffing, yeah. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. So I fight every day and train, yeah. It'll all be worth it. One day it'll all be worth it. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. I've had enough, I'm making my own luck. Adrenaline, my drug, I'm sick of feeling stuck. I got this, will not quit to the top, I promise. Cause I've had enough. Better watch out, I'm on the climb to the crown. In my prime right now, hear me loud, I've been spitting for a while now. All by myself, independent DIY now. Don't need no help, I've been beating out labels and money and budgets, it's funny. I do all the work, yeah, keep it 100. I fight for my dreams, I would die for these things. I believe in myself, I refuse to be weak, I like to build things. Empires out of buildings, I wanna leave a legacy of helping others find they feel things. Of motivating and killing, depression, exhaustion, we need some healing. I work through the pain, I like seeing gains. I keep my head down, buried, walk through the flames. Yeah, I do this every day, even when I feel drained. A true man pushes through, you don't hear complaints. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. So I fight every day and train, yeah. It'll all be worth it. One day it'll all be worth it. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. I've had enough, I'm making my own luck. Adrenaline, my drug, I'm sick of feeling stuck. I got this, will not quit to the top, I promise. Cause I've had enough.
Guys, so we are still mowing. We're just coming down this row here. We're gonna get stopped by this tree fairly abruptly in a sec. We're gonna chop it down, and we're gonna put that back on. The oak tree. It is going to be in our way, but we are going to take it out. Eventually. Go. That is a hefty oak tree. Take the stump out as well. Let's see if we can move this. So it's 16.9 meters, 8.6 tons. We are coming up on 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a little look-ski in the thingy bobs. What am I saying? In the sales, I got sidetracked there. So the plow that we bought, the Lemkin Jewel, is a 2.5 meter plow, and the sales. So I just got sidetracked because we got this in the sales, and it is a Blizzard Arc 20 5-meter plow, 180 horsepower required. We'll get this because I prefer that because of the shape of it. Jet black, select. That's going to be 4,196, so we'll buy that. Now it does need 180 horsepowers, and I did say I was going to come back and grab the bit. Now we haven't really got enough to get this. On wide tires. Fenders, yes. We don't want a front loader. We're not worried about that for 50 at the moment. So we're going to buy that. That's 160 horsepower. That is going to run us at 32,000. Yes. Now, we do have some options in terms of getting our tractors for the plow. We're not ready for plowing yet, but we currently own, this is the new section, so we currently own one of these Fendt Favre 800s. We can get that up to 230 horsepower. That is probably what we'll do. Now, what I want to do is firstly show you the absolutely ridiculously colossal amount of grass that is on this land. Now, I will say to you, this land is way bigger than I thought it was. That is all of our, that's what we've been mowing. Now, that is a hell of a lot of rows, and we're still not even done. Still probably, I reckon it goes all the way out to here. That is going to be an insane amount of grass. So that means, given that this row is sort of where our land finishes, so the majority of our farm is going to be in this section here. We just want to bear that in mind. We want to start clearing in this way. That is going to be an absolute colossal amount of silage once it's gone through. I don't know how much. I think we're probably not going to have enough space in our fermenter. Now, one thing that I do want to do is we'll get out of flight mode. I just wanted to hop up just to show you that. Now, we are going to... What are we going to do? Drop that off. Here's what I want to do. I don't know how to do this yet. I want to reset that. Showing. Reset it back to the store. So what I want to do here is start this puppy up. Go Get this connected on the front. We want to get our other plough, Lemkin Jewel. This is the thing about this series, guys. Just to bear in mind, you might be thinking, what the hell are you doing? You've bought 3 ploughs and used none of them. And the reason for that is simple, because the one on the front, I thought maybe, I mean, it's a cheaty one anyway, to be completely honest, but I thought maybe, just maybe, it would plough for us. Didn't look like it was gonna. I didn't get a chance to try it, but it really didn't look like it was gonna. So I bought the other one because it was there. And then, but I don't really like that shape. And then that one came up that's wider and a better shape for me. So that is the thing about the challenge, is we are going to have to be thinking like that. So we're going to repair that, repaint it, and then sell it for 10,659. Yes, thank you very much. And then we're going to repair that, repaint that. And sell that for 2,522. That'll take us back up to 16,029 euros. So that's fine. And what I want to do, eventually I want to get this in the 180 horsepower. But as it stands right now, what I actually want to do is get this down to the farm with the winch on it. Because for now, I want to, for ploughing duties, I want to it's not going to hook up on the front because there's no inch point for it. That's absolutely fine. Well, in that case then, can I... Just trying to think about efficiencies here. I'll drop that off down there. And we spin around the back. And we do a bit of this. Stick that on the front. Doesn't hook the PTO, but that's absolutely fine. Because we can swap it back to the back when we get back, and we will take the fertilizer. No, we won't. We're going to need the plough first, so we'll take the plough. Since we're now facing the other way, we will take the plough. So we'll get these back to the farm. The winch is what we need, because we need to drag that huge oak tree back, or sort of over to our sawmill production. I don't know if we're going to do it, mind, because the sawmill, the winch has got, I think, an 8.5 ton capacity on it, and the tree weighs 8.6 tons, so we might find ourselves in a little bit of a sticky wicket. But I think overall it is going reasonably well. Just was not expecting. I think I've done massively underestimated the amount of grass or land that I had. Bear in mind, I'm supremely glad now, because it was a bit of a risk in the beginning to spend like 79,000 on that Heston setup. But boy, am I glad that I did that now, because as you can see, it's would have had to do that with one of the little piddly outside mowers. It's got like 3 meters wide. We'd have been doing this for ages. I mean, we've been doing this for ages. But I don't mind that. It's all on a time lapse for you guys. It's took me probably about an hour real time so far to get to where we're up to. which is absolutely fine because I don't mind it. I've been got a podcast on. Been working back in the office, in work, sort of on a hybrid basis, and yeah, so I've been getting back into podcasts, which is what I used to listen to in the office. I found an absolute banging podcast called Cement City. It's on, as far as I'm aware, it's on all major podcasting platforms. It's a fantastic podcast, really, absolutely, thoroughly interesting. Took a little bit of a punt on it because I didn't know anything. It's the third season. I haven't listened to the first 2 seasons. The third season is the one that I was interested in. Basically, follows this journalist, Jean Marie Lasquez, I think her name is, and she bought a house in Denora, a Rust Belt town in the USA, in Pennsylvania, and yeah, it's a little Rust Belt town that's just sort of been forgotten about. How they used to have a big industry, steel mill and a zinc factory and stuff, and then there was a big smog incident in the 50s, and that a lot of people died, a lot of people got sick, and after that the town just dwindled, and it's really, really fascinating. She bought a house, lived there for like a year, 18 months. It's basically just her going around talking to various different people. So I'm going to pop this here for now, and we're going to drop the front one off as well, and we're going to spin around. But yeah, thoroughly recommend not pressing the wrong button. But yeah, thoroughly recommend it. It's called Cement City, and yeah, if you're into a bit of a podcast, if you're into the human nature of things, then I would really, really recommend it. What's interesting is I realise now how far over to the boundary line of my property I put the entrance to where I want the farmyard to be. I think in hindsight maybe I should have put it down here somewhere, but it's fine there. I've done too much down there now to go back, so I have to plant a load of trees, and they take ages to grow, and probably the series will be over by the time we got there. So it's no matter at all. But what I will say as well, guys, just to hit back on the podcast front, always after new podcasts. So if you are interested, you know, if you've got a podcast that you swear by, or you've listened to, loved it, whatever, then do let me know. How do we attach it? Okay, cool. So we're gonna have to shave a little bit off here. But I will say, in terms of podcasts, I do generally tend to stay away from politics-based ones, or at least controversial politics-based ones. Life's too stressful for that. So yeah, if you are going to recommend, do let me know. There's one I've been listening to as well called Empire, which is really good as well, and that just talks about various different historical events. The one I was listening to on Friday in the office, it's about the Suez Canal. Feeling that is going to cause us a problem because it doesn't seem to chuck that on there. Let's go. Now, I don't really know how best to handle this. I think my best bet is going to be just to kind of try and drag it over to the sawmill and realistically just chuck it in as is, because I feel like we are chugging away here. Now, the way it's going to go, to be honest with you, I reckon we're probably going to be looking at having to finish off or collect up the grass in the next episode. Now, players amongst you, where I've just driven over the swath there and it's deformed the swath. Does that impact your yield in your experience? Does that impact the yield of the swath? Is the yield the same? Oh, you would test that? I actually have no idea. Long process. If we can just get over there to our sawmill, we'll chuck it in, and that'll be that. Like I said, we will eventually. We're basically at max engine power right now, according to vehicle control add-on, 99%. We will eventually get this pumped up engine-wise. We're going to put up to the 180, I think it was. And then obviously, when money permits, I mean, we're riding on money now. We've got it back up to 18,000. So probably next episode out, we probably won't actually. We'll probably wait until we're ready to plough. Come on, my buddy. Right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to get that over there, and then we'll be back in just a sec. Alrighty, so we are just about there. And make it. Just need to get it in a little bit closer. Come on, buddy. Reckon should do it. So if we stick that back on, just the winch. So as it stands, we're on 70,435 litres. That tree has taken us up to 90,376. So nearly 20, well, just about 20,000 litres of wood in that one tree, which is absolutely insane. And to be honest with you, that doesn't include this bit here. It's fine. Cool. So let's push on. I knew this was going to cause us a little problem. That should be fine now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we are. So I'm going to whack a bit of music back on. We're going to crack on, get the last bit of this done, roll on towards the end of the episode. There we are, guys. We are finished for the day. It is dark, dark, dark. It's nearly 8 o'clock, as you can see. So the beginning of the next episode, we'll take a little flyover. That was so much work, way more than I was expected. Our land is way more than I sort of thought it was, to be completely honest. But it is, it's all mown, it's all road. And like I said, on the next episode, we will be taking care of that. We do have 25 grand in the bank, which is going to sort us out. We will check the sales, but our main priority is pumping up the engine on the Fendt. Now, controversially, that being said, I am going to buy this weight because I may well need the weight for ploughing duties to keep the front end down, but we'll see. So that's that. We're all done. We'll pick that up next time. But yeah, it's been a good episode. So much mowing. Loads of grass to pick up. I said way early on in the episode, maybe we'll get 150,000 litres. The amount of grassland that is cut, potentially talking like 500,000 litres. I can't even guess, to be honest with you. But that's going to do us for this one. If you have enjoyed it, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me thoughts, feedback, tips, tricks, comments, whatever you like down below. And we'll catch you in the next episode of Fixer Up a Farmer. Take care.